Okay, hello guys, welcome to to the channel YpnConnect-Soft. Today we are going to be looking at C even more pointers, arrays, and string. All right, and let me say this: if you are new to this channel, if you just came across this channel, you are new here. Please kindly subscribe and turn on the notification so that whenever we drop a video, you are going to see it. And if you are a returning subscriber, please, I'll urge you to watch this video to the end. I promise you that we are going to solve all the tasks. Apart from that, we are going to do some explanations that are really key to, you know, solving those problems. Please watch to the end because all tasks will be solved in this video. All right. So we are looking at um, even more pointers, arrays, and string, and this is we are still in the C programming language. All right. So okay. Before we proceed, let us look through some concepts. All right. Some of the resources, I urge you, please ensure you go through them. It's very important. Okay, here we said a pointer is a variable which contains a memory address. All right, I will not spend much time here. I just want to point something out, then we proceed. Said a pointer is a variable which contains a memory address. Okay, um you when you initialize the variable, you allocate an address in your computer to that variable. That is what they are talking about here. And every time you declare a variable, all right, uh, the computer will reserve a memory for that variable, and the memory reserved will then store the value of the variable. All right, I believe you understand what we are talking about here. If you declare a variable, the computer will allocate a space to that variable where it will be stored. And of course, you are aware that for a 64-bit Linux machine, that the character variable which is designated by char is 1 byte, then the integer is 4 bytes, and for float it is 4 bytes too. So I just needed you to understand that quickly before we get our hands dirty with solving the task. All right, having said that, please let me zoom this a little so that you can see it. All right, so I'm going to, like it's a routine custom, I'm going to move to the quiz questions. Okay, so yeah, these are the quiz questions. So if you haven't solved them yet, if you haven't solved the quiz yet, you can just, get an idea from here. Okay, what is the size of p in this code? And that will be this. All right, I might not have all the time to do a detailed explanation now, but just look through in the following code. What is the value of this is an array. All right, an array starts with 0. Okay, so this is the first one, this is the content. All right, so 1 1, the answer will be this. Okay, because for this, if an array starts with 0, this, this is 0, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1 of 1. So since this is 1, all right, this is 0, this is 1. In this one again, you have 3 will be the 0, which is the first element in the array. Then 4 will be 1, so that is why it is 4. Okay, I just needed to say that. So let's move on. For this will be 8 bytes. All right, This is a pointer. This star signifies a pointer. Again, I explained array just now, so you can use that knowledge. If you do that correctly, you will get that. All right. Because that would be 0 0. This is the first array 0. Inside the array there are two elements. This is 0, this 1. All right. So that's why we have 1 here. Okay. Then in the following code, what is the value of this third array element? The second element in the array. So 1 2 3, this becomes the third array. This is the first element. Sorry, 0, this is 0, 1 2 3, this is the third array, and the first element, which is 0, is this. Why the second element, which is 1, is this. That's why this is it. All right. So quickly, so again, this is simple. You can just use the knowledge of the previous ones. What's the size of P in this code? All right, that will be 8 bytes. Okay. Then what is stored inside a pointer to an integer? All right. What is stored inside a pointer to an integer? That will be this, an address, where an address is stored. Look through the materials, you will see all of this there. What is the size of P in this code? All right. This is a pointer. All right. This is a pointer. The size will be what? 4 bytes. Okay. This is an example of differency. All right. So that will be that. So if you still have challenges with the quiz questions, there you go. Look through and make the necessary corrections and adjustment. Okay. So now we are going to go into solving the task proper. I told you we are going to do all of that. All right. So I need you to stay to the end of the video. Give this video a thumbs up if you are getting value, and like it. Subscribe to the channel, please. All right. So let me quickly. Okay, I need to divide the screen. All right. So this is it. All I just needed to do was to, get a sandbox. So since we have done that, you can do cd into root to be sure you are in the root directory. All right, I'm very certain I'm in the root directory. Okay. Hey, don't forget there are instructions. I didn't that was an oversight. Please, these are the project requirements which you have to go through. All right, I've read this. I think it's similar to previous project. Please always ensure you go through it. All right, it's very important. Basically, that is what we have there. So the first thing we need to do is to navigate to the ALS low level programming. ALS low level programming. So since that is already on GitHub, just come here and do cd, copy that ALS low level programming with Ctrl+C. I come to my terminal, tap Ctrl+AV, I paste, I press enter. So we are now in the ALS low level programming repository. Okay, so they expect us to create this directory. All right, So how do you create directory? You simply copy that and come back here. You do mkdir, which stands for make directory. Then you I've copied that, press Ctrl AV, paste that. If I press enter, because I already have that, you see what they will say. Alright, say cannot create because it already exists. So I have that already. I've created that before now. So let me cd into that so that you can see. Okay, first if I list, you see it's already there. 0 times 0 7 pointers arrays a string. So all I just need to do is to, after you create yours with mkdir and the name, all right, the name of the directory, which is this, you press enter, it will create that if you are doing it for the first time. All right, then you, after creating it, then you continue with this step which I want to take. You do cd, you paste in that again, you press tab. All right, you can see from ALS low level programming, we are now here in this directory. We are now in this directory. All right, so if you have done that successfully, congratulations. Let us continue. Okay, so if again you look through the instructions, I will advise always remember to check your instruction time and again to ensure you are doing the right thing. Okay, so as usual, there will be a readme file at the root of the folder of the project that is here. Okay, so how do you do that? You just do two ways, but we rather use the vi in this project. So you do vi readme.md. That will help you create your readme file, and you now go and simply impute your content. So if you do vi readme.md, press enter. All right, so as you can see, my readme is already here. All right, if you are wondering what I did here, it's very simple. What I did is just to come here. Let me have this. Come here and copy the task heading, and the questions for the task. That's what I did here. That's what I copied in the readme.md. So I copied them in my notes pad. All right, I copied them in my notepad and came here and pasted them here. So that's what you have here. It's as simple as that. All right, so you can do the same. If you don't want to go through the hassle of doing that, because they just expect you to have a non-empty readme.md, like as usual, you can just do this, copy this, Ctrl C, and come here in your readme, you paste Ctrl AV, you paste that in. All right, you have a non-empty readme file, but I just needed to do this. All right, so let me exit, colon WQ, I do escape, colon WQ. Since I'm not saving anything, I'll just do colon Q. All right, so that has created our readme.md file. All right, that has created our readme.md file. So what is the next thing we need to do now? The next thing we'll need to do is to create another file, and that will be the putchar.c. all right, we'll need to create the putchar.c file. Okay, so to do that, all you need to do here is to do vi putchar sorry, not, there's an underscore. Okay, you do vi underscore pucha dot c. So they want you to, you know, create this file, this underscore pucha dot c. All right, so after doing that, you are going to press enter and it will take you to vi. Okay, so as you can see, this is the content of the pucha underscore pucha dot c file. Okay, you can just go ahead and input this into your underscore pucha dot c file. All right, you can put this in, okay, into your underscore pucha dot c. There's nothing much here. This is just including main.h and Unix standard header. All right, you included this, and these are comments. All right, then you are initializing a variable, which is an integer underscore pucha. Okay, then you have returned, right? That's just that. It's nothing that we have not done before. Okay, so after writing in this content, you press escape, then column WQ to exit your VI. Okay, so now you have created your readme file, you have your underscore pucha.c file. The next thing you have to do now is to create the main.h file, okay, which is this main.h file. Main.h file, that's the next thing you will need to create now. All right, your main.h file. So how do you do that? You come back here, you do vi main.h, main.h, then you press enter. So it's going to take you to the vi editor, and this is the content, this is the content of your main.h, main.h. And remember that main.h will be included as an header in all our files. All right, oh, majority of them, if not all of them, majority of our files. Okay, so that will be main.h. That will be our main.h file. Okay, so when you have included that, the next thing is to get out of vi, doing escape column WQ. I just use Q because I already have this and I'm not saving anything, just quit. But in your case, you need to do shift escape column WQ. All right, so we are out of there. We now have our readme file, our underscore pucha.c file, as well as the, what's it called, the main.h file. So these three files are ready. So since they are ready, the next thing we are going to do now is to start resolving the tasks one after the other. All right, one after the other. So this is the first one. Write a function that copies memory area. Write a function that copies. Oh. We are starting here. Sorry about that. Tag 0. I'm starting from 1. I started from 1. Tag 0. This is where we are starting from. Write a function that fills memory with a constant byte. Write a function that fills memory with a constant byte. So what you are going to do is to come to your terminal and do vi, come here, you copy the file name, okay, So this is the file name. You do Ctrl C to copy. You come to your terminal and do Ctrl AV, paste that. This will take you into VI, and again this is the code for that. This is the header. We are including main.h. That is why I told you majority of our files we include the main.h. These are comments. All right, these are comments. These are comments. Okay, then this is the program proper. All right, this the program proper that does this. If write a function that fills memory with a constant byte. So this is it. Okay, you can go ahead to put this into your code and it's going to work. So when you are done, you escape :WQ. So you get out of there. You can go ahead to do your Betty file name. So you can see Betty did not return any error. So the next thing you need to do now is to do your git add dot, press enter. After that, you do git commit -m, your commit message. Of course, we always use our file name. You press enter, then you come back and do git push. Once you press enter, those content will be pushed to the remote repository. All right, your GitHub remote repository. Okay, so when you are done with that, we are going to move on with the next task, which is 1. Okay, of course you can after that you go ahead to check your code. So since I already done this, and if I check, you see it's all ticked good, it's all green. All right, that means it's correct. So let me first clear here. Okay, so the next one will be to write a function that copies memory area. So how do we do that? First things first, we come here and copy the file name. Come back and do VI, Ctrl AV. So if I press enter, I think I did the wrong thing. Escape, :Q. Supposed to do VI. I think I copied. Okay, I didn't see was not copied along. So I copy this whole thing with Ctrl C. I come to my terminal. I do VI, Ctrl AV. I paste that name there. I press tab. So this is supposed to be the contents of that file. All right, this is supposed to be the content of that file. Okay, so this is the file content. So do well to code this, to code along and put this in that file. Okay, so when you are done with that, you simply press escape :WQ. Since I'm not saving, I'm just quitting, I'll use :Q. Press tab. So you are out. You can also do your Betty file name. Do Betty the file name. Press enter. So Betty did not complain. All right, so you can, after that, you do your git add dot, you press enter, then do git commit. Wondering why I'm not doing this again, I already pushed, so there is no point pushing again to the remote. So you do git commit -m, your commit message. Of course, we use our file name. You press enter. Once you've done that, you commit those changes, then you push the committed changes by using git push. You press enter, it's going to push it to the remote repository. All right, so if we come here and check our code, you can see it's all correct. So I'm going to close this, then move to the next one, which is write a function that locates a character in a string. Write a function that locates a character in a string. Please always take note of these prototypes. Always take note of them. They are really helpful in our code. Alright, so what we will need to do here is to come and copy the file name. Okay, copy the file name by using Ctrl+C. Come back here, we do VI, Ctrl+A+V, we paste the file name and press enter. So this is the content of that file. So do well to look through and ensure that this file have the same content. All right, so once you have done that, you can save and exit. Do escape :WQ. All right, so you can as well do your Betty for that file. No complaints, so you do your git add dot, you press enter, git commit, your commit message, of course, which is our file name in this case, you press enter. Then have we done that, you do git push, you press enter. So once you've done that, you can go ahead to check your code. So you come here, check code, so you see it's all correct. So we move to the next one. Let me quickly again show you how to do that. All right, once again we copy the file name, Ctrl+C, then we come back to our terminal, we do VI, Ctrl+A+V, we paste in the file name. So if I press enter, it's going to take me to VI. Of course, it's going to show the content which I typed into that file. You as well need to put this content inside your file, okay, for effective learning. Alright, this content should be inside your file. So once you have done that successfully, you can escape :WQ. To :W is to save, then Q is to quit. So you press that, press enter, so you are out of there. So you can go ahead and do Betty file name. Again, Betty did not raise any alarm, so you can now do your git add, git commit, double quote, double apostrophe, then your file name, and do git push. So once you have done that successfully, you can come here and check your code. You see, if you follow my steps, you are going to see everything all green. All right, if you have any challenge, you can drop it in the comment section. I want to hear from you. Drop it in the comment section. Okay, so let me close this and move to the next one. Write a function that sets a string for any of the sets of bytes. Write a function that searches a string for any of the sets of bytes. So what we do now again is to copy the file name by using Ctrl C to copy. We can come back here and do VI, then you paste in the file name, press enter. You are going to see that this is the content for that file. This is the content for that file. So you are expected to put in this content into that file. Alright, this content should be in that file. Okay, so when you have done that successfully, you can press your escape, WQ to get out of VI. Then you can go ahead and do Betty. I may not have to do that again. Alright, you can do Betty, then paste the file name to check if your code is Betty compliant, and follow the Betty documentation style, because that is a requirement. So after doing that, you can come here and check your code. Alright, so this one is all correct, so I can close this and quickly move to the next task, which is this. Chess is a meta toucher. So write a function that prints the chess board. Alright, so how do we do that? First, we have to copy the file name by using Ctrl C. Okay, let me clear this screen. So I copy the file name, I come here, I do VI, Ctrl V, I paste the file name in there. So if I press enter, it's going to take me to VI, and of course this is the content that should be in that file. Alright, this is the content. You can put this content inside that file. Okay, once you are done, you can then escape, do WQ and exit. So go ahead and do your Betty. After that, you can do git add dot, press enter, git commit, you can do your git commit M with your commit message, of course, which in this case is the file name. Then you press enter. Then you can go ahead and push your code to the remote repo. So if you put that correctly, git push, you press enter, it's going to push your code to the remote repository. So once you have done that, you can now come back here and check your code for that task. So you can see it's all checked. That means this is correct. You're on the right track. So for this, he said write a function that prints the name of the two diagonals of a square matrix of integer. Alright, so we come back here and copy the file name. Ctrl C, I use that to copy. I come back to the terminal, I do VI, Ctrl AV, I paste that. If I press enter, it's going to take me to VI. So, and this is the content. Of course, this is the head. We are including the header file. Then this is the comment. This is the code proper. All right. That's the code proper. So, do where to put this to learn it, and put it in that file. So once you have done that successfully, you can exit, then colon WQ to quit. Have we done that? Then you can do git add. You can go ahead and type for your Betty yeah, it is Betty compliant. Then you can go ahead and do git add dot git commit -m. So you can put in your commit message, which of course in this case is the file name. After that, you press enter, then you can go ahead and do your git push. Then you press enter. So it's going to push your code to the remote. So having done that, you can come back here, check. So you see it's all correct. So you too can do the same. Alright, you can do same. So we move quickly to the next task. Double pointer, double font. Write a function that sets the value of a pointer to a char. This stands for character. Alright, so we come here again, we copy this file name by using Control C. Come to terminal, you do Control VI, Control AV, which is the file name. Press enter. So this is the content, expected content of that file. This is the expected content of that file. So if you have done that successfully, you can escape, colon WQ. So have you done that, you can go ahead and check for Betty. There's no error for Betty. If there were, you would have thrown an error. So it is clean, code is clean. So have you done that, you can do your git add dot, you press enter, git commit, you put in your commit message, press enter, then you do your git push. So once you do git push, it's going to push that work to the remote repository. So how do you know that is correct? Let's check with mine. So I'll come here, I'll do check your code. So you can see it's all ticked green. That means we are correct. So I'll close this and we move to the last task, but of course not the least. So for this last task, again, you create your file, this, copy that. It said create a file that contains the password for the crack me2 executable. So copy this, just go ahead and copy this, Ctrl C. So you can come here and do VI. Sorry, let me zoom in a bit so that you can see more of what we're doing there. So you can come here and do VI, the file name. So if you press enter, again, this is the expected content, just a line. This is the expected content of this file, ABC123. That's the expected content of this file. Okay, so having put that in, you can press escape, colon WQ, and you exit. So we are out of VI now. So the next thing you have to do is to ensure that your file is an executable file. So you can do that using change mode, chmod u plus x, then the file name. Alright, so this will help you make your file executable. So once you press enter, you discover that your file will be executable. Alright, so have you done that? The next thing you will do now is to do cut. Okay, you do cut, then greater than sign, then your file name. Okay, you want to cut that file, the content of that file. So what's the file name? Ctrl AV, which is this, which I copied earlier. 101 craft me password, so I paste that. So if you press enter, so you come here and press enter. So once you press enter, alright, it's going to move to the next line. So what you now type here, you come here and type ABC. Please follow closely. 1 2 3. Once you press enter, you come here and type ABC 1 2 3 like you typed in the file. Alright, in VI, like you type in VI. Type the same thing here. After doing that, after typing, you use Ctrl D. Alright, after you type, you use Ctrl, go ahead and do Ctrl D. Alright, so that's the only thing you need to do. After you type that ABC 1 2 3, you press Ctrl D. So after doing that, you can go and now do your git add dot, press enter, then do your git commit m commit message. Of course, you use our file name, press enter, then you do your git push. You now do your git push. So once you are done with that, you press enter. If you follow this critically, you follow what I've done in this last task, you come and check your code. You can see it's all correct. Alright, so that is that. So I'll close this. So that will be it for this task. Alright, that will be it for this task. Okay, please I urge you subscribe to this channel, encourage us, like, give us a thumbs up. I'll need your comments in the comment section. It's very important. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.